Okay, I lost service. Let's try this again. I took my Wi-Fi off. I think my kid's online. So, okay, starting over. Tuesday training on Wednesday. Let's talk about a few different subjects that I think that you guys might need help on. So I'm not going to wait for everyone to jump on. I'm just going to go straight into this. You guys can always go back and watch the replay. But it is the summer months. Okay, J months in the industry are always difficult. It's just something that is widespread. Everyone talks about, oh, it's a J month. It's going to be tough. Well, last month we broke records. Last month was insane. Oh, thanks, Angelina. Okay, I cut it really short because it's really hot and it's still wet, so I just got out of the shower, but I don't know, we're working with it. I'm in the pool a lot, so, I don't know, I like it. Carissa did it. She did a really good job. But okay, so we're going to talk about working smarter, not harder, and also time managing your business during the summer months. So, like I said before, J months are always really difficult. However, last month, we were killing it. Last month was insane. This month, it seems like a lot of people are messaging me saying, hey, my numbers are kind of stagnant. Hey, we're not growing as big. Not all of you. Some of you guys are like through the roof, incredible numbers, just going insane. However, I'm going to talk to you guys, both of you guys, the ones who are stagnant, the ones who are flooring it, because it's all the same message all across the board. This month is July. July is the first month of a new quarter. So think about this. Every single quarter, we are supposed to be having Super Saturdays in your region. I just had one up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Or is it Minneapolis, Minnesota? Yeah, I think so. I don't even know what state I'm in. Michigan, right? I don't know. Where is Minneapolis? What state was I in? I'm going to look it up real quick because this is really bothering me. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, it's Minnesota. That's what I thought. Okay, so I was up north where it was really beautiful. Minnesota. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer was there. I got to see Jennifer. So I was up there for a Super Saturday and a car presentation. So I was up there last week. I was in Los Angeles the week before, and we were doing Super Saturdays. Why do we do Super Saturdays? Well, because your business is built from event to event. Every single quarter is absolutely necessary for you to be having a Super Saturday. If you're not having a Super Saturday in your area, that could be the reason why your numbers won't grow. Think about it. It's just like plugging in your iPhone to get battery, right? You will run out of battery. You've got to do the same thing in your business. You've got to keep plugging into these events so that way you can recharge for the next couple of months. Now, Meet Monates, Wine and Washes, all of these events, the car presentations, these things will fuel your business also. You've got to have these planned, even during the summer months. Yes, even during those vacationing times. I know a lot of you guys are taking vacation, going here and there. I want you guys to do that. Trust me, I want you guys to take the time with your family and remember why we are doing what we are doing. When you are with your family, when you are with those special people in your life, be present. Be there. Be there for the moment. Shut your phone off. Unplug. Don't mentally completely check out of your business for weeks or even days, honestly. Okay, a couple of days, maybe 3 to 4 days. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally up to you. I think the most that I have checked out for the longest amount of time was probably 2 days in my entire almost 3 years now of working Monate. And trust me, it was like I had to refuel myself. I was with my husband and my daughter, and I just literally just like kind of unplugged just to be with them. So this happens. It's perfectly cool. It's perfectly fine. However, don't wait too long to jump back into this momentum because it's just like you guys don't want to slow down. Whenever you guys are really flying in your business, you don't want to take your foot off the gas at all. However, plug in your phone, plug in your body, plug in your mindset, plug in and go to these events, plug in and do personal development, reach out to some crossliners, downline, upline, plug back in and get remotivated again. So the Super Saturdays are vital. Now, if you guys are in an area where they're not having Super Saturdays, you guys can watch any of the videos that is on Facebook anywhere. Take some of those trainings. If you need slides, we've got slides. You want to focus on onboarding training. You want to focus on, getting people mentally ready for this business, kind of like a mindset, which I'll talk a little bit about that. But these Super Saturdays are so easy. You want to talk about having schedules in your business because we are all self-employed here. You've got to make sure that you are just having these Super Saturdays. If you are an MMB, you can host a Super Saturday yourself. I mean, I've got girls who came to their first Super Saturday whenever they were MMBs 8 months ago, and now they're senior executive directors. Think about that. They never, ever miss a Super Saturday. Ever. They don't miss Super Saturdays. Why? Because it's part of the plan. And like I said with onboarding, there's 7 steps. If you guys are struggling in your business, there is one step in your business that you're probably leaving out. Because okay, let's face it, I've worked with a lot of different people. I've worked with a lot of people who are stuck or stagnant. You know, those in my front line. And whenever they were lacking, I always went through their onboarding and I was like, what are you not doing? And then they found out what they weren't doing, and then they changed that. They added that to their business, and it kept them going. So anyway, I want to talk about that just a little bit, about Super Saturdays. And actually, that was like my 4th thing I wanted to talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about is micromanaging your team. Micromanaging is an ugly word. It's not fun. It's going to stress you out. It's not going to help at all. You guys, we do this business to work smarter, not harder. I was just talking to one of my leaders on the phone right before I got on here, and she was saying how many hours, countless hours and countless responses she's doing for some of her girls that are growing really, really fast. Y'all, this isn't going to work. If you are answering all the questions for your downline, if you are doing all the responses, you are on the phone constantly doing, if you're growing, yes, it will take time. However, if you are overly repeating yourself to new people, I'll make it really simple for you. Go make a video. Go make a video that answers all of the frequently asked questions that's going on in your organization. Make it easier, because if you have something that's easy, all you have to do is send them the video, and it'll basically take care of everything that they wanted to know, right? You're saying the same things over and over, right? You shouldn't be saying anything different. If it's working once, don't reinvent the wheel. If it worked for, us, your uplines, then use that same exact answering system. Make a video and send it their way. That's going to help you work smarter, not harder. It's kind of like, okay, my husband just got a motorcycle, a 4-wheeler, right? And he wanted to take it to this shop in Tulsa. This shop is booked out for 3 months. You can't even get the bike in for 3 months. And then once you get the bike in, it'll take you 3 weeks to get it back. So he's just like, and it just dawned on me, I was like, how do they make more money? They only have a set amount of limit of income that they are going to earn at that business, right? And that's because they are all taken up. Like, all of their mechanics are already taken up. They don't have a bigger shop to hold things. That's because they have a business that's not duplicatable. We have a business that's duplicatable. You guys can fit an endless amount of 4-wheelers in your shop. You guys have an endless amount of mechanics in your shop. Does that make sense? You guys are able to put things down and allow others to do it for you. Duplication is so important in your business. If you're not duplicating and you're doing everything for your team, you are micromanaging. Micromanaging is a very bad term. You don't want to be doing it. It will stress you out. You won't like it. You've got to allow your leaders to be leaders. And that is going to mean you getting uncomfortable with letting go of their hand and allowing them to create the image, the respect, and the leadership in their organization that they deserve. Because if I were to do everything for all of my whole team, I would not have a duplicatable business. I allow Sarah Reed to go and work her own business. If I were to badger her every single day and try to take over her girls, all of her girls would come to me. She's got a massive organization. She did $1.8 million in sales last month. I mean, come on. That's not going to work out if I take over her whole organization. My job, my personal job, is to help the person. Okay, I sponsored someone this morning. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I'm really excited. So I sponsored someone this morning. So guess what? She is my responsibility. My new girl, she's my responsibility. I'm going to make sure that she gets trained in the proper way that I trained all my other leaders to be successful. That's my job. My job is to not hound and badger and then start going all over their organization, because that's called micromanaging. Now you want to be there for your team, you want to influence them, and you want to train them to be leaders, so that way you can allow them to open up their own motorcycle shop so they can go work on their own machines. Does that make sense? You guys want duplication. You guys don't want everything underneath your roof, because you can only fit a certain amount of motorcycles in there, right? So that was my analogy for this weekend. It really hit me. I was like, pfft. I mean, even McDonald's has franchises, right? So someone can open up a business and they can go open up another one. They've got duplication and they've got a system. And that's why McDonald's gets people going through their drive-thru nonstop. So think about that. If you can open up other businesses and allow them to be trained in the system that's working for the main branch, it's going to work. So Super Saturdays are going to help you guys stay connected to that main branch. Corporate showed us how to do the Super Saturdays, and we're showing you guys. And if it didn't work, I wouldn't be showing you guys. So when it comes to micromanaging, try to do like FAQ videos or whenever somebody asks me what MMP is, I have something copy and pasted in my notes, and I copy and paste it and I send it over to them, and I say copy and paste this and put it in your notes. If I were to just tell them copy and paste it and here you go read it, and not tell them to go save it and put it in their notes, I'm not teaching them to do what I'm doing. Everything that I teach you guys in these videos, you guys are capable of doing it yourself. Everything. You guys can't rely on your upline to do it all for you, because you guys deserve to be in the position that I am in today. I expect you guys watching this video to make the income that I am making today. That's why I'm doing exactly what I'm doing, is because I know that this works. So everything that you tell yourself, you are absolutely right. If you are telling yourself that you can't do this, you're absolutely right. Sarah Reed, I hope she doesn't mind me using her for this example, but she's talked about it publicly several times, so I'm going to share this example. Whenever she was stagnant at MMB for 18 months, I was stagnant too. My numbers weren't growing. My team wasn't really growing. However, Sarah called me and she kept crying to me. And I mean, I was crying too. I was crying on the phone, and she was like, I just can't do this. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hit MM. I'm not going to hit, AMM was her next rank. She's like, I'm not going to hit AMM. I'm not going to hit MM. I'm not going to hit director. I can't do this. I can't get anybody going. No one's doing anything. And I was like, Sarah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The more and more you say it, the more right you are. I said, the second you start changing your attitude and changing your mindset to saying, it is going to happen for me. It will happen. I am going to hit director. I am going to the top of this company. I am going to change my stars. Literally, she changed her stars. So this is something that you've got to make sure that you guys are putting your mindset in the right place, because everything that you say, you are absolutely right. Anything that you claim in this business or anything that you speak over yourself is absolutely right. And it's going to be uncomfortable saying, yes, I'm going to hit SED. Emily just said, I'm going to hit SED. She's going to hit it. She's growing. She's always had that mentality, and she's one of the fastest growing people out there. So you guys have to claim it. Be uncomfortable with claiming it and go after it. Believe it. Because if you don't believe it, there's no way it's ever going to happen. And so once Sarah made up her mind, she literally changed everything. If you guys don't know her story, it is incredible. She was doing $12,000 in sales for 18 months steady. Now, 9 months later of her changing her mindset, she is a senior executive director. She's one of the top 10 income earners in the entire company, and she's one of the largest legs in my entire organization. And I've been doing this for 3 years, and she's only been doing it half the time that I've done. You guys, can happen for you guys. And she's not in the very beginning of my organization. I've got all these director legs over here. She's like over here on the right. She's one of the later ones that I recruited. And another example, Kendall Weldon. She came in last August, hit MMB her first month, and then steadily grew. The first thing that she did as an MMB was she went to a Super Saturday event. Because it was the quarter. It was a new quarter, so we had a Super Saturday event. She was there with 10 people. Now she has over $2 million in team sales on her team. Think about what this is doing for people. These Super Saturdays work. I have seen them work whenever people actually sit there and write notes. If you're at a Super Saturday event, or if you're watching one of these training videos and you're not taking notes on things that will help you, it probably won't help you a whole lot more whenever I get off this live. You've got to be able to write down these notes. You've got to be able to speak it and teach it to your team. Because that's why I'm doing this, is because I want you guys to be able to speak it and teach it to your team. I expect you guys to be the exact same type of leader and even better than me. So, and imagine the income. Just imagine the income that's going to happen whenever you guys start doing that. So everything that I train on, you guys have got to be duplicating. You guys have got to be training your people, because you guys are good enough. And if you say you're not good enough, then you're absolutely right. So claim it. Say, I am good enough. I can do this. I can do exactly what Julie Stevens did. I can do exactly what Sarah Reed did. I can do exactly what Kendall Weldon did. Kyla Williamson. You guys, this is going to happen for you guys. Okay, so let your leaders lead and allow them to have that platform, okay, with their team. And even though they're a baby leg, just start to get them motivated to maybe just make their own team page and get them speak into their team, there's so many different things you guys can do, but make sure that you're allowing them to have that platform for their team. So that way you're not always having them underneath your same roof of your shop, if that makes sense. So I want you guys to make sure that you are enjoying your summer, but I want you guys to be consistent, okay? You have family, you have friends, you've got birthdays, you've got vacations going on. Okay, yesterday we were at the four-wheeler shop getting Annie a helmet because I just bought her a four-wheeler. Like, you guys have no idea what that means to me. Like, last time we went four-wheeling was 6 years ago. We would go all the time, and we were literally taking buckets of change to fill up our gas tanks. One time Josh had a vacation coming up. We couldn't even afford to go anywhere. So we borrowed money from one of my friends so we could afford gas to put in our four-wheelers for that weekend ride. I mean, that was our life. And then we sold our four-wheelers and we moved and everything. And literally we still had that loan for 4.5 years. And then whenever I joined Monate and I started making an income, I finally paid off that four-wheeler loan because Josh and I both had four-wheelers. And they weren't even that expensive. I think mine was like $2,000 and Josh's was like $3,500. But it took us 4 years to pay that off, and I couldn't do it until Monate. So now I was able to go buy Annie a four-wheeler, me a four-wheeler, Josh a four-wheeler, all with cash. And then I was able to go to the gear shop, go get her a brand new helmet. And while I was there getting her a helmet and checking out and getting my helmet too, you guys are going to love my helmet. It's so cool. But while I was there, my helmet, I wish I had it on me. I'm not going to leave you guys to go grab it. But it's got like dice and cards and poker chips on it. And I tried on like 60 helmets in the shop. Okay, none of them fit my head. They were all a little weird, and apparently you got to get them really specially fitting your head. And there was only one helmet in there that fit my head, and it was just like a plain black one. And I was like, okay, this will work. But as I was leaving, I was like, this is the same brand and size, and it's got all these poker chips and stuff on it. It's got glitter. I was like, well, this wouldn't work. And I put it on, and the girl adjusted me. She's like, that one's perfect. So I was like, sweet, cool. It's kind of cool. And then I started looking at it, and I was like, it reminds me of Vegas. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I gotta go to Vegas in a couple of months. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I get to go there again. And I knew it was gonna come up, so I was just like, here we go. And I was like, I got to go there a couple months, just recently too, a couple months ago. And she was like, really? What are you doing, like, for work? And I was like, yeah, like, my company just sends me out there. So Monate got brought up. This girl has been looking for somebody who sells Monate for like 6 months. She didn't know anybody who sold it, so she got my information. I got her information. She asked me if I had a business card, and I was like, nope, I sure don't. Here, write down your number on my receipt. She wrote down her number, and while she's talking about it, how she wants her hair to grow and everything, the guy next to her was like, dude, so tell me about this. He was more interested than she was. He was like, dude, check out my hair. Like, I've been looking for something to help my hair like crazy. He took off his hat, and he was really, really receding, and he was my age or younger. So I was like, okay, well, here, write down your information. And like, literally, he would not let me leave unless I text him. So while I was out doing my family stuff, living my dream, I recruited 2 VIP customers. And then this morning, because like I literally have been so stinking busy, I haven't been able to like really get on Facebook a whole lot and everything. But this morning, I have a video out on YouTube, okay, my onboarding video. I put it on YouTube because not everybody's on Facebook. And for the exact same reason, and trust me, you guys, people ask me for onboarding all the time, and they're not in my team page. So I have this source, and this goes back to my training telling you guys work smarter, not harder. I have a source on YouTube. I can copy that link and send it to Crossliners so that way I can help other people. I also have that link on YouTube because it's another source of information that I can help people who's not on Facebook. So the other day, a lady saw my onboarding video on YouTube, and she messaged me 2 days ago. And this morning I checked my email, and she had signed up with a $5.99 product pack. She's not on Facebook. So I'm going to have to make sure that my resources are on YouTube. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because you will meet people who are not on Facebook, and you need resources that are duplicatable, and also something that's going to help give you more free time. If I were to do that onboarding video individually with every single person, yeah, Randy found me on YouTube. I mean, YouTube is so incredible. You know, put some of your stuff that's valuable on there, like hair tutorials, whatever you can think of, put it on there. But these people will find you. You always want multiple sources. And in fact, yesterday I was going to have Pam Perrone do the training. She's one of my MMMs. She's almost an AED, and she's up in St. Louis. But she's going to do it next week, but she's going to do an Instagram training. She has recruited her entire organization through Instagram. Just Instagram. That's it. And so she's going to cover that training next Tuesday. She was going to do it yesterday. We were talking about it. She never committed to it, but it wasn't going to work out. So next week, you guys will tune into that. But there's a lot of different resources out there. Online is so huge. Social media is so huge. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I mean, think of all of these accesses that you guys have. But don't forget about the face-to-face interactions that you are having when you are purchasing things, when you are out shopping, when you are out at the park. Anything that you are doing, you are running into people who know 200 to 500 people. You can get 200 people to your funeral. So if you can recruit, if you can get 200 people to your funeral when you're dead, imagine how many living bodies out there have access to people when they're alive. One person can lead you to a whole new ocean. So everywhere you go, make sure that you are plugging in mentally with those people and having a good interaction. And that girl yesterday at the four-wheeler shop, like, she was really helpful. Like, I tried on like 50 helmets and I was like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? She came over there and she was like, oh, no, that one's too small. That one's too big. This was it. And she was like, you got to have 3 fingers in. You got to make sure you have enough room here. Like, she was so, like, on top of it. I was just like, I was so overwhelmed. And you know what? I could have been like, that girl's all up in my grill. But no, I was like, she's really cool. She's really helpful. You know, because at first I was thinking she's all up in my grill and she's a know-it-all. But, I mean, she was over there and she was super helpful, so I was really nice to her, and boom, she's interested in Monat. So, anyway, I don't know where that whole subject came from. Oh, your summer. Make sure that you guys are enjoying yourself and be yourself. Be yourself. The person who's behind Monat is the same person that's out there talking to new people every single day. So don't forget about those people with those face-to-face interactions whenever you're out and about doing the do. And then if they sign up or whatever, plug them into the same system. Okay, you can be creative with how you meet people and how you recruit them. Don't be creative with how you train them. Okay, just stick with the same stuff. But get out there and do it yourself. You guys can totally do this. So, new quarter. This is July. You guys have another quarter to push for. I've seen this in the past 2.5 years nonstop. Every single first month of a new quarter sometimes is a little bit stagnant. So if you guys are not stagnant, then good. That's awesome. However, if your guys' numbers are not super growing, it's okay. You guys need to do a Super Saturday. You need to get together with a bunch of people, get each other pumped up. It's just like a well. Your well has to be pumped and cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked over and over and over again before you see one drop of water. You have got to start cranking that well for the next quarter. You guys have 3 months, and then you'll have another 3 months after that. You have 2 more quarters left until the end of the year. What do you want your 2018 summer to look like? Do you want it to look like, shoot, if we want to go ride four-wheelers, let's go buy all new four-wheelers, all new gear. Let's take a week off. Let's go hit the mountains. If you guys want a summer like that, if you guys want to be able to take a vacation to Florida, to Hawaii, to Europe, if you guys want to get away next summer, you guys are going to have to kick butt right now. This is an accumulation business. This is a consistency business. Just because you feel stuck, do not stop. The only way that you will ever fail at this is if you decide to quit. So right now, make up your mind. Where are you going this next month? If you are worried about your numbers, if you are worried about your income, if your numbers weren't as good as they were last month, if you guys ever feel this way, go back to your calendar and say, what did I do this month that really helped my business? What was I doing? What was my team doing? And then get out there and do it again. It's a different season, so the years will fluctuate, or throughout the year, it's going to fluctuate with people's activities and things that they have going on, and then we got school coming up. Those will fluctuate. The things that shouldn't fluctuate is your personal activity in your own business. Be consistent. And sometimes you're going to feel like you're overrun and you're just overwhelmed, or you're on the phone way too much. Figure out what you're doing. I realized by logging in my journal, in my not my Facebook, but my planner, that I was doing about 8 to 10 hours of social media a day. Things that were not making me money. Like, not making me money. I was literally on Facebook just scrolling through my feeds and seeing how everybody was doing. When it would have taken me just a few minutes to call one of my girls and just say, how are you doing? It would only take me about 10 minutes to catch up with them. And you're not responsible for every single person on your team. You're responsible for creating leaders who are going to be responsible for their people. You can't do it for everyone. And although I love to be on social media, I love seeing what's going on, I realized that I had lost a lot of time with my daughter during the summer. I had lost a lot of time with my husband, just getting to be with him, be present with him. I don't like being with him whenever he's off work and I've just got home from a trip, and I haven't seen him for 4 days and I miss him terribly. If I'm with him, my work phone is shut off. I turn it completely off. I put it on airplane mode because I want to be able to enjoy why I'm working so hard. I work this hard so that way I can go have time freedom with my husband. Because if you guys are neglecting your family and you're neglecting your friends who aren't in Monat, that's not a good thing. You want a life outside your business as well. And your business can overtake everything that you have whenever you're growing. However, just be present when you're working and do the things that are really, really, really going to, oh my gosh, my stupid eyelashes like totally jacking up on me. Do the things that are really, really going to make you money. And that's the things that are duplicatable. Don't worry about reaching down to every single person. That's not your responsibility. Make sure that you trust your leaders to do what they need to be doing. Make sure you are always leading by example. If you tell me or anybody else, or if you tell yourself, my team's not doing anything, okay, check your personal activity. When's the last time you signed up a market partner? It's probably been a while if your team's not doing anything. Because the second you start saying my team's not doing anything, it's more than likely it's you're not doing anything. You can't rely on your team to make you money in this business. The only thing that's going to make you money in this business is you leading by example. You doing the actual do. You signing up market partners, you signing up VIP customers. And the reason is, it's a full round circle. The more you get good at it, the more you can teach how to do it. The more you do it, the more people will see you doing it. So if I were to sit here and say my team's not doing any activities, my team's not doing anything, what does that mean for me? I'm not here to watch my team make me money. That is not why I'm here. I am here to lead by example. I will only make as much money as I grow. And so if you guys want a bigger income, a bigger paycheck, a bigger bonus, a bigger rank, more team, Eric Worre says you will only earn as much as you personally grow. Dig into some personal development every single day. It does not take long. It does not take very long to listen to Darren Hardy, his Darren Dailies for 2 minutes. They are literally 2 minutes long. It doesn't take you very long to click on your phone and Bluetooth it before you leave the driveway on your way to your destination. A lot of you guys are quitting your jobs, but a lot of you guys are still working for someone else. Click on some personal development, some training videos, anything that gets you pumped up. If you've listened to it 500 times already, but it's your favorite one, listen to it again. And make sure that you guys are really registering it all in your head. They always say, like, okay, if you want to make here's a story. This is a good one. All right, this guy was up on stage speaking, and he was making $100,000 a year. And this other guy asked him, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm reading a book a month." And he was like, "Awesome, dude. Okay, I'll start reading a book a month." Well, the next time he saw him up on stage, the guy was making $100,000 a month, and he said, "What are you doing that's making you so successful?" He says, "I'm reading a book a week." So think about this. You've got to start fueling yourself with things that can help you, because if you are not helping yourself, you can't help anybody else. You have got to fill your own cup before you fill up someone else's. So if your team's not pumping you up, if your upline's not pumping you up, you better start getting pumped up and figuring out how to do it yourself. I have to do that all the time. I watched Ann Fisher's video on Monday, and I wasn't even planning on working that day or like really being on the phone that morning, because Josh was off work and I had just got home from Minneapolis. But I was making my coffee, and my husband, Josh, was still sleeping in bed because we were up till like 2 o'clock in the morning getting my bike. And I was like, just scrolling through Facebook, and I saw Ann's thing pop up. So I was like, oh, I put the phone down, and I started cleaning my kitchen. And I was just like, yeah, like I was getting so pumped up. She had me freaking so excited and amped up. Like, you guys, this is the stuff that helps me. If it helps me, it should help you too. Okay? It's all universal. It's all the same. She had some incredible stuff to say. If you guys are not on her team page, Get your upline to add you. It's Team Hair Revolution. And the reason why I want you guys to be in my uplines pages is because sometimes I can't do all the pump up work myself. She does it on Mondays. I'm going to do a Tuesday night training. It really works good for me to utilize other people. I mean, sometimes on Tuesdays, other people will come in and do the team training. It's working smarter, not harder. If you guys heard me over and over and over every single day, wouldn't you get sick and tired of it? I mean, I would. I'd get sick and tired of hearing myself over and over every day. So it's good to help and utilize other people. You know, actually, in fact, one story is Sarah Reed, when she was really down in the dumps, one thing that she did was she reached out to a crossliner, Jill Kennedy. They're not on the same team. Jill Kennedy had a really good talk with her, and something changed. Something changed that day. I know Randy Clark reaches out to crossliners all the time, and she gets pumped up by doing that too. I do it. I reached out to crossliners all the time. It helps me a ton, and it helps to reach out to other people, sometimes in other network marketing businesses too. Like, and some of these trainers that are on Facebook, they are incredible. They are incredible. I utilize them all the time. If you guys are not watching any of those other people, then definitely you need to be plugging in, because they are like the new generation of what's really, really working in network marketing. You know, yes, the old stuff works. Yes, all the old trainings do work. However, you've got to be constantly innovating yourself, so you might as well be constantly being with those innovators who are always recreating basically new training stuff. It's really great. So, okay, I think that is all I really had for you guys today. I don't know how long I've been on here, but yeah, about 30 minutes. Just be consistent in your summer. Be encouraged in your business. Speak life over your business, and make sure that those things that you want are reflecting in your planner. If you want more income, it's got to be reflecting in your planner. And if you're unsure if the things that you're doing are actually producing income or producing your team, start logging them hourly. Start logging what you do per hour throughout the day, and then see if it's helping your business. I do this all the time. I double check. If I do a 3-way call, like I have one planned right after I get off of here, that's going in my planner. And it's not to like tell myself, oh, I've been so busy. It's because if I have a rough month in the next couple of months and I start forgetting what really makes my business successful, I'm going to go back through my planner and I'm going to see the activities that I did that created the biggest paychecks, the biggest incomes, the biggest momentum. You guys should be doing the same thing, and that's why I'm teaching you and telling you guys to do this. It might be uncomfortable. You're going to really forget. Me trying to learn how to use a planner took me 7 months. 7 months of trying to remember to write things down. Now I do it because I'll be lost without it. I know I'll be lost in 6 months if I look back on my business. If my business stops and it's stagnant and I can't figure out what's going on, I'm going to go back through my planner and see the activities that worked. And I will tell you guys right now, every time it worked, it was because we had a Super Saturday that quarter in every area. Make sure you guys are having one. This is July. You guys should be booking one before the end of the month. You guys have plenty of time. July needs to be a Super Saturday. August, September, October. Okay, so July, August, September, October. So in the next 3 months, have another one. And then the next 3 months after that, have another one. If you guys are running a little bit late with the quarters, you know, like January is a new quarter. April is a new quarter. If you guys are doing them in March instead, you know, make sure they're consistent with the every 3 months in your area. If you're an MMB, AMM, market mentors, MMMs, and directors, you guys better be hosting something in your area. And the thing is if there's one going on in Tulsa on the 22nd, I'm going to be out of town. I'm not going to be able to be there, and that stinks because most of my team is right there in Tulsa and in Oklahoma City. I'm not going to be able to be there. However, I am not worried because Kendall Weldon is going to be putting it on, and she's incredible. She knows everything that I know, and I've seen her do the Super Saturday trainings before. I know that my business will continue on if I have to go be somewhere else to help another area grow. Like I went up to Minneapolis and I did the Super Saturday up there. They're going to continue doing them the same exact way that I did after I leave. So anyway, that was really on my mind because it's a new quarter and sometimes numbers go stagnant, and it's because it's a new quarter, and it's because you guys got to plug in your charger. You guys got to plug yourselves into a Super Saturday. So Kelly, I don't know if there's a Super Saturday up in Utah, but I think there definitely needs to be. Audrey Wilcox is up there and Mandy Sue Evans. Let's try to figure out when they're going to have one. I'll touch base with her though. So, okay, I'm going to get off of here and go hang out with my kiddo and do my calls and yada yada. Y'all have a great day and a great week. Next week on Tuesday, I believe that Pam will be doing it, but I'll confirm with her. If not, I'll have somebody else from me on here. And y'all have a great one. Okay.